Hey, Melissa Perez here at Miller Motorsports Park with Chaz Davies. Just thought we'd catch up with an ex-AMAer and kind of catch up and see what you've been doing in the World Superbike paddock.
Well, since leaving AMA in 2009, I've been sort of, things have gone in a nice direction for me. Gone from getting podiums to winning races to winning a championship, and now we're in Superbike. So everything's gone in a very nice direction. Considering in 2009 I didn't, I had to beg for a job. So it's very nice. Pretty thankful.
How do you compare the paddocks in the racing from going racing Supersport here to racing Supersport in the World paddock?
A bit different. There's sort of a different feel. It's hard to explain. But at the end of the day, the racing is the racing. Everybody goes at it as hard as they can. Whether it means you finish first or 10th, I think that it's really difficult to compare stuff like that. I get that question a lot, but it is difficult to compare.
Do you attribute success to the lessons learned from one of your roommates many years ago?
No. No. I definitely learnt stuff in America. I kind of learnt how to do things my own way as well, and especially, I suppose you're going to move to it, but living with you guys as well, I had to stand on my own 2 feet for the first time. Usually I'm at home, mum, dad used to come to the races, but up until that point, I was standing on my own 2 feet. So, yeah.
That's good to know. So you talk about living with us or being back in the European side of things. You've traveled around, you've met a lot of people, a lot of interesting characters, and I do remember that you were telling us about some of the different remedies, for things that might come up. Racing motorcycles, we tend to get, arm pump or blisters on your hands. And I remember you telling me a particularly interesting remedy for blisters on your hand, and I was just wondering if you still use that.
Haven't done for a long time, but these superbikes are pretty tough to ride. So once we get to one of these tight tracks, we might have to break it out again.
And what exactly is it that you do, and where did you learn this amazing trick?
Well, getting pretty bad blisters one time in Mugello, and it happened to be I was staying in the same trailer. I was sleeping with Casey at the time.
You were sleeping with Casey at the time. Oh my gosh.
He was on the top bunk and I was on the bottom bunk, and he said an old remedy in flat track, and his dad said, yeah, 100% was to pee on your hands. Let them dry, don't wash it off, and then let it soak in, let that ammonia get in there.
Really?
And then you can wash it off. And it did the trick. Saturday to Sunday. No.
His dad was killing himself all night with the 2 stinky kids in the trailer.
It was pretty bad, but blisters were good.
It actually worked.
It did. It definitely did something, but I haven't done it since.
So try this at home.
That's mental. Yeah. So if any of our watchers want to try that trick and let us know if it works out for them, that'd be great. So I have one last question for you, and it's really great for me seeing you in Superbike, even though it meant I had to cheer against one of my favorite riders today. And also my husband, Josh, who has invited himself into this interview, racing in Superbike too. So I'm just curious, between the two of you, head-to-head on the same machinery, I'm just curious to know who thinks they would come out on top.
Ooh. What do you reckon, Josh?
I don't even have to say it.
Yeah.
Right there.
Oh, well, bring it, as you say. But
don't say it, bring it.
It's, I think it's easy to be on a world stage and say, oh, British Championship or AMA, but front guys are front guys. And I know that Josh is more than capable of running up the front in Superbike, in World Superbike. So, if he's man enough, then bring it.
Fair enough. Well, thanks for joining us, and it's good to have you back around.
Good to see you.